math fans, we're on section 5.3.3. Let's get started. In this section, we're going to look at constructing perpendicular and parallel lines using the knowledge we've obtained so far regarding geometric constructions. I've decided to make two separate videos. This video will be on perpendicular lines, and then in the next video, 5.3.3b, will be the constructions for parallel lines. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect at a right angle or 90 degrees. A perpendicular line that goes through the midpoint of a segment is called the perpendicular bisector. We will also be constructing a perpendicular to a line, not a line segment, but a line through a point that is on the line. And then we're going to do another construction where the point is not on the line. We'll draw a line that goes perpendicular to that line. Constructing a perpendicular bisector is the same exact construction for constructing the midpoint, or in other words, bisecting the line segment. We've already done this construction before. We're just following exactly the same steps, but I'm really going to emphasize that this line will be perpendicular as well. So let's go through the steps. First thing you want to do, open your compass, put the sharp point on point A, go more than halfway. Make sure you're going more than halfway on the compass because the arcs will not intersect if you don't go more than halfway. Second, you're going to make a large arc, being careful not to change the distance. Keep those distances the same radius on your compass. You're going to make an arc using B now as the center. And where the two arcs intersect, you're going to take your straight edge, make a line. That point on the line AB is going to be the midpoint, if you remember from the last construction that we did. But the thing I really want you to understand is now this line M that I've labeled is perpendicular as well as going through the midpoint. So not only does it go through the midpoint, it makes a perpendicular. So therefore, we call it a perpendicular bisector. The next construction is we're going to take a line, and I need you to see that. It is definitely a line. I have arrows on both sides, so it is not a line segment. I think this is a better drawing than the last one because people will have a tendency to try and bisect or use the ends of the arrows. But notice how A is definitely on one side of this line, but technically it goes on forever in both directions, right? But this is what you want to do first. Open your compass to any distance that you want. And what you're going to do is you're going to make an arc on both sides of A. And now we definitely have a line segment CD that we're going to be using, okay? And we're not even using the rest of the line. We're just going to be using C to D. It's at this point you want to put your sharp end of the compass on point C. Go open your compass to more than halfway. See how it's going past A in this picture. And then you want to make an arc. The sharp point is on D. I want to see where do those arcs intersect. Okay? So you don't need to draw the entire arc. I just want to get those points right there. And then draw the line that goes through. It's going to go through point A as well as where the arcs are intersecting. Do you guys see that? And there you go. That's a line M is perpendicular to line segment CD, or line CD for that matter. It's the same construction as the perpendicular bisector. It's just that we had to come up with points C and D. This is going to be a construction where the point is not on the line. So I've drawn line L, and then I have point G, and it's not on the line. Again, as you can see, this is not a line segment. We need to be working with a line segment here. So I'm going to use my compass and make an arc to find 2 points on that line. And I'm labeling them C and D. From here, I'm going to put the sharp point of my compass on point C And I'm going to make sure to go more than halfway again between C and D. And I'm going to make an arc from C. I'm going to make another arc from D. And now you can see where the two arcs are intersecting. I've erased on my diagram just so you could really see where the two arcs are intersecting, because it's sometimes easy to get confused with all the arcs. I'm going to label that point E, and then I'm going to draw a line that goes through G and E. And we'll call it line M. And now line M is perpendicular to line L, or you could say line GE is perpendicular to line CD. Make sure to watch the next video, 5.3.3b, for constructing parallel lines. That's going to do it. We'll see you in class.